well-known organist, composer of over 1,000 works, defined the Baroque period. Raise your hand if you've heard of Johann Sebastian Bach. So, as you can see, almost everybody has heard of Bach. And yet, did you know that he wasn't very famous in his lifetime, and his works only received revival in the 1800s? Behind every seemingly old, dead-born classical composer, there's a backstory. After all, success doesn't happen simply overnight. Okay, Johann Sebastian Bach's story started on March 21st, 1685. Born to a family of musicians, Bach was destined for extraordinary musical achievement. His father taught him both violin and harpsichord, and his uncle introduced him to the organ, an instrument that would eventually earn Bach's devotion. Bach's life seems pretty nice, right? However, his mom died just when Bach was 10 years old. As if losing a mother isn't enough, Bach's dad died just 8 months later. Bach and his siblings moved in with their eldest brother, who was also a musician. So to change topics a little bit, what do you guys like to do for fun? So just raise your hand. Yeah.
Make up my own songs on the piano.
Cool. You?
Like acting.
Cool. So
repeat the answer. Repeat the answer.
Okay. Anybody else? Yeah? What do you like to do for fun?
Like playing.
He likes playing.
Playing with friends? Okay, so now you guys may like spending your time just playing with friends or composing music on the piano, or playing video games, something like that. But one of Bach's favorite pastimes was copying sheet music. One day, Bach was leafing through some sheet music that belonged to his brother. He noticed a piece that struck his fancy and begged his brother to let him study it. Unfortunately, sheet music was kind of a rarity in those days since music was copied by hand, and Bach's brother was worried that little Bach would get the pages all dirty. So, Bach's brother locked the music up, but Bach noticed where he hit the key. Bach was so determined to study the music that every night he would go unlock the music and copy every note by hand, using the moon as a source of light. This process took young Bach 6 months to complete. Sorry, I'm a little behind on the slides right here. Okay. During his early tween years, Bach studied to become a singer. He had previously been selected to be part of prestigious church choir, but unlike Justin Bieber, Bach couldn't maintain his high angelic tone through puberty, so he went on with a different career option. The major jobs Bach had during his lifetime included working for a prince, a duke, and finally becoming a director of music at St. Thomas Church and School in Jerusalem. At one point, his boss liked him so much that he threw Bach in prison, just because Bach wanted to quit the job. During his month in prison, Bach composed, Bach wrote tons of music.
Sorry, the slides got distracted. So, which one of these guys do in prison?
I didn't actually get an image of that, but okay. I think, let's see, this one is the Duke is on the left, I believe, and then the Prince is on the right. And, sorry. Bach was so dedicated to music that he once walked 200 miles just to watch a concert. Can you imagine that? People these days wouldn't even want to walk 5 miles to see a concert. Okay, this was the school where he was working, and this is his month in prison where he was composing music. Okay, whoops.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Anyway.
She was Halloweening, but
Yeah. Okay, though Bach wasn't very renowned during his time, because he was mostly thought of as your regular work musician. His numerous contributions to music helped to define the Baroque era. His music was thought of as old-fashioned until nearly a century later, when another composer, Felix Mendelssohn, performed Bach's compositions, helping Bach's music gain much popularity and recognition. Today, Bach is widely recognized as one of the greatest composers of all time. And I got a little bit bored on this photo editing site, and so I tried to link it to the Halloween theme, and me and my sister were kind of playing around with that and seeing what we could do with Bach's face, so that's what happened. Okay.
so tell me, wait, I wanted to do kind of a Q&A about Bach.
Alright.
So, I suppose I can use this one.
Yeah, so I was thinking of it.
So, what do you think is the most interesting fact about Bach that people might not know? Either something you told us already or...
Or maybe the
Me?
audience
Oh.
can tell.
So I just talking to the audience.
Hey, Dora, you can ask the audience.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's actually a good idea. What do you think is the most interesting fact about Bach that you learned that you didn't know? Yes?
I didn't realize he was an orphan at such a young age.
Not realizing that he's an orphan at such a young age, yes.
I think the determination to write the music in the dark using just the moonlight.
Determination, yep, yes.
I didn't know he walked that long to see a concert.
Didn't know he walked that long to see a concert, yes.
I didn't know that he got thrown into jail.
Didn't know he got thrown into jail. Yes. Exactly. So some of the leadership qualities that we looked at in our first session, we can definitely see in Bach. We see that determination. He walked all those miles to see a concert. What are some other ways we might see determination in Bach? Yes?
Copying the music, even though it was locked up, but doing that like.
Right, copying the music, even though it was locked up, you really wanted to. Another thing is overcoming adversity. Even though he was an orphan, he was able to get past that and you know, do all the great music. And I don't know a whole lot about Bach. I learned a lot from what Adrianna was saying, but I think that we can really look at this and think, okay, we see a lot of leadership qualities that we made the list from in Bach. So who's our next composer?
Haydn is actually, he's part of the classical era. I'm going to go play the surprise symphony.